Hello, friends, and welcome to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Today we find ourselves inside the Astropathic Choir. We have just spoken to Choir Master Wise. We have gone through a ritual to detect some traitors in our midst, and we are now ready to go to lower levels of the ship and try to find where these traitors are located. This is Disabled. My name is Ed, and let's get into it. Alright, let's see what we got. We don't want to talk to Wise anymore. Let's make sure we don't have any loot to get. I don't know that there is any. Everything we killed was spirit level stuff. Yeah, it looks like we're clear on all of that. So let's head out of this place, shall we?
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We are trying to do that. And we need now to go to the plasma drive chambers. Bom, bom, bom. Oh, and we need to, hold on. Can we cancel out of here? Let's fix. We need to
I have a nose
fix.
for profit
Do
and the
you?
taste for adventure.
Why is he telling us about his nose? It's weird. Actually, I don't need to do that. We're on ship. Well, I guess I do need to, because if I don't, we're going to go down to the next area, and then it's going to pretend that we're not on the ship, right? There's
Stop
Solomorn.
squirming.
Just in time.
It was just in time. Good. We're all cleared on that. Now we can get back to what we were doing. To the chambers. Plasma drive chambers. And I like the team we've got. Hopefully Adira will be able to stay with us this time. Ross, buddy. What kind of insulation is it supposed to be? If you kill us, Matthias will drag me back from beyond the grave just to give me an earful. Scrap this and start again. Or I'll double check it. Right. Cool, cool. Oh, that was Ainric. Well, we were reading him totally wrong, but that's okay. We know the voice to use now. The light from the Infernus Master's eye stick reveals his surprised but amiable expression. Ainric's lip is split, and a fresh bruise is blossoming on his cheekbone. Lord Captain, didn't expect to see you in this compartment. Are you out on a stroll, taking in the sights of your domain? The blue glow of plasma is especially striking at this time of the watch. Is it just the power surging in the bay, or was there a spark between us just now, Ainric? Jay bites her lip dramatically. Ainric matches her with a theatrical sigh. Ah, either could start a dangerous fire, Mistress Adari. Someone could get hurt, and we can't let that happen, now can we? You're the most mawkish Infernus I've ever met, Master Montag. A burly man in coveralls furrows his bushy eyebrows. His sparse hair stands on end. Your lordship, welcome. I'm Shift Fireman Noige, in charge of this section, you know. If you need anything, I'm here to help. Infernus Master, what exactly are you doing here? I'm carrying out a routine drive inspection. The regulations require scheduled checks to make sure the insulation isn't weakened, the sensors haven't been tampered with, and the reactor isn't about to blow anytime soon. You know, business as usual. It is strange that the senior officer is conducting the inspection alone. According to regulations, there should be an entire squad of Inferni, and the personal presence of the Infernus Master is necessary only in emergencies. Einrich, why are you really here? Found me out, have you? Ainric gives you a wink and pulls on his IHO stick. I'm not really here about the reactor. I heard a rumor you'd gone to investigate the plasma drive chambers, so I thought I'd make sure everything went smoothly. Your lordship is accustomed to associating with people of your rank, or officers at the very least, but here, this place is home to voidfarers of simpler manners. whose clan customs may be unfamiliar to you. The void farer of simpler manners furrows his brows. Our customs are decent ones, Master Montag. I'd rather boil myself in plasma than let anything happen to the Lord Gotham. No offense, Nige, but if you can find even 3 people in this bay who can give a report without turning the air blue, I'll gladly admit I was wrong. Heinrich grins at the now silent Nige. You're a good bunch. I'd hate to see you insult his lordship with some foolishness and not even realize it. I appreciate the intent, Infernus Master, but I assure you, I require no protection. As your lordship wishes. I might as well carry out a bay inspection then, since I'm here. I won't interfere in your business. Nige, have you ever seen a symbol that looks like a serpent in front of a star? Aye, somebody keeps daubing it on the equipment and buckets. If I find the scoundrels, I'll tear their hands off and send them for servitorization. The shift foreman frowns. Is it some kind of sedition? I didn't know. If you see one of these, let me know. We'll try to find these artists. Shift foreman, tell me about yourself. What kind of person are you? Nige looks at you in confusion. I'm a voidsman, your lordship. Grew up on Footfall. Joined the crew at 14. Spent my whole life in this bay. I've raised no family and made no fortune, but I've climbed my way up the ranks. I don't know anything but my trade in this compartment. I am my trade and this compartment, Lord Captain. Tell me more about the bay. We're proud of our chambers. Power feeds the ship's main engine from here. There are other drives on the ship, but ours is the mightiest. That's to say, we do important work. Working with plasma's dangerous, but we have a good crew, and not many incidents at all. The esteemed tech priests are satisfied with us. The machine spirits are all working as they should. The Inferni don't complain about us either. We fix cracks in the reactor vessel on time, and we fix leaks. Very good. Right. Let's check in. I bet we'll just get a little side phrase. Yeah. Look at the enforcers with his lordship. Nasty brutes by the look of them. Indeed they are. Nasty, nasty, nasty. Let's talk to this overseer. Lord Captain!
I always have a backup plan.
Aye, indeed we do. That brainless look! What's it doing now? The valve is the other way. Look, it's turning the air again. Did it break down already? Try turning that thing around manually. It's got an emergency panel on its back. Apparently we're having some servitor problems. Very interesting. Oh, they want me to fix it? Okay, I'm not here to do your job for you folks. I'm gonna trust you to do your job, and I'm here to do my job, okay? Oh boy, alright. With a pitiful clanking sound, the servitor's claw docks with the mechanism and begins to perform the necessary manipulations. Well, goody. Same, second time. Not ready to call the cargo lift just yet. Let's turn this guy too. What are we doing here, dude? Let's speak to the engine seer. The tech priest is so absorbed in prayer, they do not notice you. There's Heinrich and Nige.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
And some more attendants. Okay. Nothing else to do here. We turned around some servitors so they could do their jobs. He got off again, though, apparently. He's getting flipped back around. There we go. And call the cargo lift. Hello? Oh. Okay. One more. There we go. Maybe. Am I supposed to get on the cargo lift? What are we doing here? Okay. Weird. I think the servitors are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be. Let's go talk to Shift Foreman Nige. What the heck is happening here? Or Ainric, maybe? Nige bows deferentially. How goes the search, your lordship? It goes fine. There's some random BS happening. Oh, there was more of the area to go into. And we found some. Oh, goods. Cash note. All this scrap reads is received. Need more. Okay. Nige might be able to help with deciphering the meaning of the note. But before that, let's walk around, see what we've got happening here. Can't believe I've missed this entire area. And we've got some more technomats being crazy, doing crazy stuff. Hello, crazy people.
Keep my options open.
The religion of this place is something, let me tell you. Okay, oh, we got more goods here. Oh, improvised Weber. We don't care about the Weber. Don't you know? Control skills are for losers. You can just make out a faded symbol on one of the tiles, a serpent and a star. There appears to be someone's stash behind it, but the stash has long been abandoned. Interesting.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
Found some more goods here. I think Copper Tongue found those for us. You're a good lad, Copper Tongue. Glato, look at ya. Never think having pets is unimportant. They are great loot finders.
Ah, Shireen, what fabulous places you take us to. Abandoned ships, foul-smelling back streets, and now a filthy compartment where anyone is welcome to get themselves killed by a conductive charge.
Good job, Jai. Thank you for summing that up so perfectly. Bunch of people without names. A whole lot of not much.
Keep your wits about you.
Are we back to the beginning? We are. We just went all the way around there. Okay, well. Let's head back here and talk to these folkies. Check out this flyer real quick. Servitor replacement request 11. Esteemed Tech Priest Deltar, this is unacceptable. For the 10th time, you have sent us the same faulty servitors. It's been over 2 weeks and we still can't raise the lift that's stuck between our platform and platform 92M. All because of your servitors. For the love of the throne, decommission these things if you canna fix them. Respectfully, Shift Foreman Nige. Thank you, Shift Foreman. I don't want to talk to Glato, thank you all. I want to talk to the Shift... Oh, I gotta talk to Einrich. How goes the search, your lordship? There was an old cache hidden under one of the serpent symbols. Oh, that's just what we need. More secret stashes. I hope there was nothing forbidden in it. Forgive me, your lordship, but voidsmen are simple folk. I've been trying to wean 'em off their grubby habits for years, but give 'em anything worth having, and all they want to do is hide it in a hole like a rat. I found this in one of the caches. What is that? Nigel's thick eyebrows knit together angrily, and you almost think you see a power charge jolt across them. We've got smugglers on the loose! Who else would be hiding these strange messages? I'll have 'em all drawn and quartered on the turbine, I will. Now I'd like to find out what they're smuggling. I found this in a cache marked with a serpent. Nige holds the weapon as if it's going to bite him, sweat beading on his forehead. Machine sparks shake me! A homemade weapon, and assembled right in this compartment? The markings are the same as those on local machine parts. This is a very serious matter. It seems someone's plotting a riot and secretly building their arsenal from scavenged materials right under our noses. We need to find and capture whoever set up these caches and hid the weapons. The shift foreman shrugs sheepishly. To tell you the truth, I'm no good at hunting rule breakers. That's not what I do. You give the orders and we will do it. Let's set an ambush near the caches. Sooner or later, someone will come check on them. The shift foreman's thick fingers drum thoughtfully on his tool belt. Oh, if these guys are smart, they'll spot the enforcers near the cache and stay out of sight. And your lordship would be spotted even quicker. Then we'll use the Inferni. They often carry out inspections here. No one will suspect them. Oi, Montag! Over here! We need a couple of your braver boys and girls for a job. Nige smiles and adds more quietly. We need people to keep watch over something. And maybe break a few noses. Clenching his fists until his knuckles crack, Heinrich resolutely says, We'll help. I have a couple of people in mind. Tough lads. I'll get them here right away. I'm ready. Let's catch that vermin. Heinrich smirks ominously. He throws the iho stick butt on the floor and puts it out with his boot. Consider the dirtbag caught, Gladius. Did he just call me by my name? Is that allowed? Huh. Have you lost something, friend? Let us give you a hand. Get him, boys! The man kneeling before you has an ungainly build, a stubborn jaw, and a heavy gaze. He looks no different from any other worker in this compartment, except for the tattoo on his forearm, its design resembling a worm devouring a star. One of the Infernus workers is holding the Weber taken from the prisoner, exactly like the one that was in the cache. The Master-at-Arms regards the Infernus sternly. The weapon! Hand it over! What you saw, keep it to yourself. She forces out the words through clenched teeth. Your cooperation with the enforcers will be noted. Study the prisoner. The pigment of the tattoo looks fresh, standing out starkly against the color of his skin, which means it's a very recent addition. You look closely and you notice a pair of scars at the base of his neck, suspiciously reminiscent of an almost healed bite. Who is this man? Shuf Galai, servant of the blessed lay the Beta 2 Diligence. Low-ranking worker, easily replaceable, no apparent signs of mutation. Good work, Heinrich. Any of your people harmed? Thank you, your lordship. Not a scratch on us. He's a piece of work right enough, but he's no fuel compartment fire. More like a sparking cogitator. Sourback glares at him with visible jealousy, but Heinrich just keeps grinning smugly. All right, prisoner. Do you feel like speaking? The prisoner gives you the smile of a man condemned and snaps. I got nothing to say to you, heretic. Choking with rage, Sourback grabs the maul from her belt. She rasps, "Allow me, Lord Captain. Please." "Oh, me." Heinrich's menacing scowl has instantly robbed him of his friendly charm. "I'd be happy to oblige." "Calm yourself. Talk to me, sir, and I'll not let these people do what they intend to do." The man laughs with contempt, then starts chanting, "Tempting are the promises of heretics, but barren as the darkness cursed void, in which they bury the souls of those who trust them." Argenta exhales hoarsely, "Damn you all, distorters of holy words!" Cassia whispers in mesmerized horror, "His soul is pale, almost colorless, but alien hues have seeped into it, unthinkable and insane, and they came from without." "I will oversee this interrogation myself." "As you command, although I believe this zealot will require some effort. Questioning fanatics is a long and exhilarating process." "Let's use our Medicae. Inject him with substances that break the subject's will, but be sure not to melt his brain." The chemical concoction burns the man's mind from within. His muscles twitch, tense to the point of his sinew cracking. A torrent of nightmares born from his subconscious assaults his brain, but he cannot even scream. He moans, choking on his own saliva. The man whimpers incoherently, but grits his teeth. "Your song? I hear it. I won't break." Sourback smiles longingly. "Not much longer, your lordship. Fill the prisoner's head with visions of warp horrors. You will retch up your short-sighted belief in your own courage along with your confession, insect." A haze of psychic frost coats the floor at your feet. You and the rest perceive only glimpses and shadows of the Empyrean terrors creeping through the weakened veil, but the warp senses a weakness in the mind of the wounded and frightened man, and sink its claws deep. The prisoner begins to shake, his face contorted in a grimace of pain and horror, blood bursting from his nose. His eyes roll up as if to gaze inside his head at things that no living soul should have to witness. A gurgling sob falls from the man's lips. "Stop! I'll talk!" Sourback looks at him with a radiant smile. "The prisoner is ready to cooperate, your lordship." "Whom do you serve?" "The cult of the ravenous star, the true believers, the righteous, the purest congregation, they who hear the songs of his angel." "This angel, is that the old sorcerer who appeared before me and promised my demise? Did he brainwash you all, or is someone else leading you?" "Old sorcerer? No, the angel's not of the woeful human form. He is splendor. His visage is a divine inspiration of the many-armed emperor. You, faithless one, were granted the honor of gazing upon the Magus, our good shepherd, our messenger." The captive lets out a deranged chuckle. "If you beheld the angel, you'd scratch your own brain out through your eye sockets, for you'd realize the depth of your wickedness before him." "Many-armed?" A deep furrow appears on Sourback's brow. "Blast it! Lord Captain, we are dealing with an extremely dangerous Xenos cult that excels at hiding among humans." "What do you know about our enemy?" "Very little. As per regulations, every master-at-arms passes on special instructions to their successor. Instructions that more resemble disturbing tales. Some of them mention genetic cults, covert clans, cliques, and sects that all share one common trait: Xenos infestation. These things pass themselves off as ordinary people, rabble or preachers, corrupting new groups. They pray to their unholy idol, which they often refer to as the many-armed emperor. They create ever-growing families, produce offspring. Hideous at first, but with each new generation, more and more human in appearance. And then, they rise up." "Why the many-armed emperor?" "Their arms, Lord Captain. These Xenos have more arms than normal. They twist and pervert our faith, probably for the sole reason that it gives them blasphemous pleasure. Why choose to act among the rabble specifically? The lower decks have plenty of dark corners for the Xenos to lie in wait. Commoners are too dull-witted and spineless to identify the threat before it's too late, and at the same time, they're dull-witted and spineless enough to serve as cannon fodder to be thrown at the cult's enemies when the uprising begins. So what's the point? Power? Bloody sacrifices? Why are they doing this? Their end goal is always mutiny. They can prepare for many generations, accumulating weapons and numbers, until one day they attack. That day is their day of revelation, the apotheosis of their profane faith. They think that on that day their blasphemous star children will descend from the void and elevate their worshippers. Alright. Thank you, Sourback. In lieu of answering, Sourback nods grimly, lost in troubling thoughts. How did the conspirators recruit you? I believed. I found him. I bowed to him. His angel's kin granted me a revelation. It entered my flesh. It let me join the congregation. The man's words devolve into nonsensical muttering. So we've already had this described as a parasite. This man has fresh teeth marks on his neck. So are we kind of dealing with a warp vampire here? I wish to know everything about your vile cult. We believe in the many-armed emperor, he who waits for his children cast out into the unknowable abyss. He is kind, merciful, he uproots tyrannies of evil. He sends his angel to the righteous, and angels kin follow. The man lowers his gaze with an expression of surprise. It seems he's described his paltry religion in its entirety. Well, that is a pretty sparse mythology to base your religion on, but cool. This is a pawn, a mindless tool. He was brainwashed and forced into submission. He's not even a distributor of ideology. He was merely fed the rudiments, and without trusting him with anything important, they sent him out to serve and die. What are you plotting? Mutiny? Death! Yours! Even broken, he musters a spiteful sneer. Fate, Captain. The faithful are already aiming for your heart. I was ordered to stockpile weapons so that when the fateful hour comes, the righteous would not stand unarmed. I wouldn't say that these improvised webbers are that much better than fighting with bare hands, but until we're done with the cleanup, every enforcer will carry a combat knife fit for cutting through nets. Where are you hiding? Where are your leaders? In a sanctuary, a tomb for heretics, a quiet place. The dynastic crypt! The vermin have infiltrated the crypt, holding the bodies of the worthiest servants of the dynasty. No one's allowed inside save for the Lord Captain's personal retinue, and they dared. But how? The crypt's defenses are impenetrable. I presume our next objective is the Von Valancius dynastic crypt? Yes, your lordship. We must attack now, while we still have the element of surprise. I will lead the strike force, but I'll require your presence, and Confessor Adalbert's help. Fierce machine spirits guard the dead. They won't let an armed troop pass without a direct command from the rogue traitor, and the ring of the ship's confessor. I'll meet you at the doors. Casting a glance at the prisoner, whispering incoherently under his breath, Sourback adds offhandedly, And this vile scum, with your permission, I'll throw out the airlock. I doubt he'll be of any further use. We are not monsters, no matter what he thinks of us. Turn him in on the nearest colony for a life sentence on a penal world. It will be done, your lordship. Okay. Well, interesting. Let's see how to get out of this place. Maybe. Where's the door? Not here, but there is something here. What is that? Interesting. I can't get up there, whatever it is. Can't get up there either. There's the exit. To the crypt. Same crew. Whoa. Okay. Looks like they're ready for something. Step it on up here. Ah, Confessor Adalbert. Adalbert, the ship's confessor, solemnly raises his hands above the altar and speaks mournfully. Heed me, O guardian spirits. We have come to punish a great desecration. Heresy has made its lair in the dynastic crypt and disturbed the peace of our honored dead. I beg you to perform the ritual of unsealing and allow us passage. A hand-shaped panel opens in the altar of unsealing. The panel is lined with sharp spikes. Lord Captain, we now require your blood. The crypt will not open without the rogue traitor's genetic signature. Master-at-Arms, are your people ready? Ready as never before, your lordship. They are incensed by this profane intrusion, and eager to exterminate the menace before the eyes of our departed ancestors. My enforcers will secure the side sections of the crypt to prevent any flanking attacks. Adalbert, I ask for your blessing before a righteous battle. May the Emperor protect his children who carry forth his cleansing flame. Hear the roar of chained swords and the bellow of autoguns, for they are his voice. Oft do I preach clemency to our noble officers, but this I say to you now, lay aside pity and show no mercy. Show no mercy! Argenta's face brightens in anticipation of battle, and her eagerness spreads to the enforcers. Great. Just stoke that flame, Confessor. Place your hand in the contraption. The panel's mechanical teeth sting your flesh, and you feel blood trickling down the small ducts into the altar's bowels. You hear a click, and the crypt doors open with a piercing creak. Beyond them, you see nothing but darkness. Sacrilege! The hollowed crypt must remain illuminated at all times, to drive away the shadows from the place of the ancestors' final repose! This was done on purpose, I'm sure of it. Our coming is expected. Vanguard, provide the Lord Captain with Illuminator Servoskull. She gives you a surprisingly easy smile and bows. Take care, your lordship, and watch out for dark corners. Move out, for House von Valancius! A lot of skulls under the deck there.
I'll show you how it's done. Moving out.
Go, go, go! It is that. That's it. I'll see. Just been out.
Your lordship, wait! There's been... Ainric bursts into the ante-compartment and stops short when he sees the open doors and the gloom beyond. Damn it, I'm late. I meant to report an act of sabotage. They cut off the promethium supply to the crypt's lighting. You're walking into an ambush. Why did you fail to discover this earlier? They covered their tracks well, but I was, well, worried about your safety. Ainric smiles somewhat sheepishly, which is why I took the liberty of sending maintenance patrols to inspect the perimeter of the crypt. Whether through darkness or well-lit halls, we are going in. I fear we might be underestimating the enemy. The enforcers have already done it once. I, the Infernus Guild, would join you in this fight, if you would have us. To get inside, the aberrations would have had to make a passage for themselves somewhere in the crypt's perimeter. No one knows the maintenance tunnels better than us. We could find this breach and attack the enemy from the rear. I doubt a few workers armed with axes and torches will make much of a difference, but we would be honored to die in your name. Then arm yourselves properly. A torch seems like a poor weapon indeed. Depends on who's wielding it, Heinrich says with a chuckle, but then his expression darkens. The Infernus Guild is banned from taking up arms. Our clan is branded because our ancestors were rebels. The station where we originally hail from once rose against Lady Theodora's predecessor. The traitors were killed, and the rest of the station was left stranded in the void to die without air or water. Out of those who repented, the rogue trader selected 1,000 who were allowed on board. Those spared people became the Infernus Guild, repairmen, firefighters, those who bear the brunt of any disaster and are the first to die. That was our penance. It's been centuries, still we die, not just because our duty demands it, but because we atone for what our ancestors did. The enforcers keep reminding us about it, and if they see an armed Infernus, they'll execute them on the spot. Such was the Lord Captain's will. Centuries is a long time to carry a brand. Let's remove that brand of shame from the Infernus Guild. Carry your weapons. Fight and die for this ship. His eyes widen in astonishment. I never would have dared to ask, your lordship. We will live up to your expectations, I swear it. Those who die today, die smiling, for today is a great day for our people. The Infernus Master and his people leave the hall. The doors of the crypt are open. It is time to step into the darkness. All right. Step into the darkness indeed. Looks like everybody's in good shape. Adira has a crippled arm. Let's see, what does that do? Weapon skill and ballistic. Ooh, well, we don't want her ballistic skill. Let's go ahead and help her out with that before we go in. We've got this one that fixes these problems.
I will lead us to fortune.
We need to remove her
I
trauma.
need your full cooperation.
Just in time.
No, not just in time, but good enough. Good enough. Okay. Beautiful. Step it up. Step it in. Oh, autosave. Haha. Lovely. Where's that light coming from? Is it just centered? Huh, I don't know. That's cool though. I like it.
I always keep my options open.
Slow and steady. Okay. We'll high off to the side here. Interesting. Okay. Glato, what's happening, buddy? Examine.
Just as I planned.
Tore the victim to shreds. The victim's mutilated insides glisten with ichor and are interspersed with vestigial scaly growths. A genetic abomination, there can be no doubt. Good work, Glato. Alright.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
We've got a servitor. In the pale light of the lumen, the servitor looks like an animated corpse. But no grave will ever accept a human who has become a thing. Okay. Remember the deeds of the hero who died to protect the Lord Captain. Here lies Alaric Wolfgang of Gester, the first seneschal to have come on board this vessel. Your duty is done, now others will serve in your stead. Okay. There are large footprints in the dust, but the 2 feet are of different shapes. One human, and the other clawed and horribly mutated.
I always have a backup plan.
Interesting. Not sure what the servitors are doing exactly.
Why does this place look deserted? On Ifrit, the burial sites of eminent figures are always crowded with people absorbed in prayer.
Good question,
What do we
Jai.
have here?
Oh ho, I don't know. The skull gives in and something clicks beneath it. Somewhere in the dark, a passage opens with a rumbling groan.
This is intriguing.
Okay. What are we looking at here? I've already checked that out. I don't know. Glory to the diligent servants of the dynasty who have exalted the title of seneschal. A black viscous substance resembling partially dried saliva is slowly eating through the surface of the monument. Great, spitters. That's what I want to see. Nothing like some spitters. Alright, well, we opened the door to something somewhere. Now we need to find it. We've got another servitor here. The gate does not yield. The Luminator servo skull beam reveals the lifeless cable of the entry cogitator snaking into the dark. Is it now? I really feel like they're wanting us in
Let
this
us not
room.
dawdle.
The sarcophagus was installed recently. The inscription reads, "Here Arch-Militant Mort keeps his eternal vigil, protecting in death the one he could not protect in life." Okay. I'm not sure entirely that Mort is worthy of this particular honor, but okay. Maybe.
Keep your wits about you.
Got some goods here. Old key. Could be important. Breacher's armor. Medium armor. Interesting. Let's have a look at our medium armor wearers. Adira is wearing Psychic Body Glove. Probably good for her. We have the Fire Blessed Carapace on Argenta, which is not bad. It looks to be in keeping with what this is, only it adds +2 deflection, which that does not, and the base armor property plus 10% armor against melee attacks. That actually helps Argenta a lot, because that's how she normally gets taken out, so that's good for her. We have a body glove there. Reactivator armor. Looks to be an upgrade in base stats. Better armor. Better... Same dodge, but better damage reduction. The wearer's reactivate range is increased by 2. When using reactivate, the wearer gains 16 temporary wounds and a base armor property of plus 8% armor. This has a base armor property of plus 3% armor, but because the armor is already higher, that's probably still going to be better. Perception is plus 10, which is nice. 16 temporary wounds is good if we use reactivate, but I don't actually know that we use that, because I'm not entirely sure what that is. We'll go ahead and put this on Jai. We'll see how she does with it, see if we need to switch it back over to light at some point. Interesting. So let me look at Solomorn here.
Trader.
Reactivate. Torrent of Fury, Run and Gun, Rebel and Slaughter, Concentrated Fire, Apprehend, Protect, Standby, Reactivate. Oh, that's if Glato dies and he brings him back. That is very, very situational, but okay.
I always keep my options open.
Alright. Nothing else in here. Above the 100 different names is an engraved inscription. To all who made the highest sacrifice for the dynasty and paid with their life, honor, and name, I will remember you. Okay. The gate does not yield. The Luminator servo skull beam reveals the lifeless cable of the entry cogitator snaking into the dark. Yeah, we looked at that one already. Alright. We have been in all the rooms here. Let's have a look at our map. Confessor Adalbert's still in this section. We've been up in here, up in here. We've kind of been all through here, but let's keep going.
Money to be made.
Let's head back, see if we missed anything. I don't think that we did. No. We did the seneschal business. That's the room that had the skull in it that we opened up. So now let's go backward and see what we opened. Oh, hello. The servitor is gone. Fresh pools of blood and embalming fluid drip down into some deep grooves on the floor that look like they were left by monstrous claws. Okay, that's Glato.
My pleasure.
Alright. We just used tech use. I think that door back there will open now. Let's see what this servitor has going on.
This could be an opportunity.
We have not been in here yet, apparently. You discover a dusty button disguised as the Aquila. As you press it, you hear the creak of something, an ancient mechanism. As you press it, you hear the creak of an ancient mechanism. Something has opened somewhere. Yeah, we keep having that happen. And still not finding what we've opened.
I always have a backup plan.
Okay. Master Duelist Gloves. Whenever the wearer scores a critical hit with a ranged attack, their next attack against any target automatically hits and cannot be parried or dodged. Nice. Very nice. We are rogue traders, and ours is a rare destiny. Yet still we remember those who once walked at our side, who served us, whom we honored. Okay. Needle pistol shells are scattered across the floor. They do not belong in this realm of tranquil glory. So there was a fight here, apparently.
Let us not dawdle.
Trying not to dawdle, you know how it is. Wires protrude from the servitor's severed head, wrapping around a fragment of its spine. The broken jaw twitches frantically, struggling to shut. That is hideous. The gates have been blocked to cut off all possible escape routes for heretics and enforcers alike. They will not open until your victory has been secured. Okay. Yep, we've already done that. Come on up and look around. Anything new in here since we did something behind us? No. Okay. In here? No. The sour smell of putrid meat and rust hits your senses. The beheaded bodies of the servitors have begun to decompose. You can make out lacerations on their rotting flesh, and their augmetics have been partially melted by some caustic substance. Okay. Ooh, another power pick. Hospitalant Medical Kit. Removes everything, psychosomatic trauma, and prone negative effects. Nice. It removes wounds based on the conviction iconoclast. Well, guess what? That is actually really good for me. Yep. Alright, so we opened that up apparently. We keep finding new
keep your eye on
crap.
the
Ah,
prize.
it's available to be opened now. Let's go make sure we didn't miss something else in all of our running about. Nope, there's the mort thing. Nothing else in here. Okay. Alright, time to go. Oh, one more room. Thank you, Glato. Alright, friends, we are in the crypt of the Von Valancius dynasty. We need to push forward and find the traitors that appear to be some kind of strange warp vampire or maybe a parasite being injected into people's bodies. I'm not really sure yet, but it is gross, whichever way you slice it. But we still have that to do. Once we open this door, it is very possible we're going to get into something that we can't back out of. So I think we'll want to get started on that next time. This has been Disablet. My name is Ed, and this has been the always enigmatic Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, as that helps me out tremendously. But truly, until we see each other again, make your way with love and light. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today, and goodbye.